former President Rawlings. And you and I recall that he's been off the scene for quite a while, and I've been wondering what's with him. The back of the latest economic crisis and the hue and cry on the political scene, it's very typical to hear the former statesman on some of these national issues, but that voice has been missing. So why is he, and why have we not heard from him for a while now? Joining me over the telephone is his aide, Kofi Adams, to bring us up to speed. Hello, Kofi. Good morning to you. Where is the former president?
First and foremost, I think it's completely wrong and false to say that the former president has not been speaking. Maybe the media has not been interested in what he speaks about. So they are not interested in reporting about.
Kofi has he now?
There are a number of events he has attended. There are a number of issues that the office have put out there. But it looks more particular that the only time the media is interested is when issues they see as controversial are raised. That is the only time they go and come out with all kinds of headlines I may describe as unnecessary. That does not add to the development of this country. So if they say he has not been speaking, that is false. Because there have been many functions he has attended. There have been many social activities he has attended. He has said many things. He has granted various interviews to various networks. Metro TV, TV Africa, and the rest have come to cover TV3, have come to interview him here and there. The BBC was there recently. Akwesi Sapon, who used to work with Joy FM, was there to interview him. He has spoken on why Africa must not be silent on what is happening between Russia and Ukraine and the position being taken by NATO and other countries, because it has a direct effect on what happens in Africa. We shouldn't think that we are far away. So he's been talking on very important topical issues, but it looks like the media have decided not to follow those things. All they are waiting for are other things that they think
we seem to like the boom speeches. But Kofi, when was the last time the former president spoke on a national matter?
I have just given you an indication that quite recently he was in the Volta region where he addressed matters to do with education when the winner of Ghana Most Beautiful launched her education project in Sugakope. He was there, he spoke. But it looks more like the media seems not to be interested in issues of education. So they are not interested in that. They don't want to report about it. That is the problem we have.
I keep asking because news has it that the former president is unwell.
The former president is very, very well. The former president just traveled to Nigeria recently. He left this country, I think, on Friday and attended a function on Saturday and got back on Sunday. So he's very well. He's very, very well and hearty.
We thank God for that. But Kofi, we have the situation with Labour. Does the former president, have a view on that yet?
Sure, he has expressed this view so strongly that when he was head of state, you have a situation sometimes when you want to up the wage of the class that is lower, then you get those who are in the upper already earning way above minimum wage, who could literally live well on the wage they are earning, demanding a commensurate increase in their wages. So what has happened has always been a continuous distortion. So yes, you bring those who are down up, but because those who are already up demands that because you have brought these people by 4 percentage points, you must also raise us by 4 percentage points. So the distortions remain there. So yes, the money that is giving you is increased, but because those upper who should have remained where they are, or even they should have an increment, it should be very minimal, are demanding for an equal increment, you are never able to take people out of the difficult situation that they find themselves. And that is why we should start looking at ourselves internally. Now, are we really being fair to those who really need the minimum wage? If we can agree as labor, if we can agree as a people that, look, we are already earning way above minimum wage and can be able to meet our needs, and that government go ahead increase the lower level to a certain point and keep ours possibly where it is. Then we can begin to talk. But unfortunately, we don't have that situation. The wage bill has jumped from 2 billion to almost 10 billion. And there is no way you can have a meaningful development, meaningful investments, when you have to spend virtually 60+% of the revenues that you mobilize to pay just wage. It's difficult, and he appreciates this challenge. He appreciates the fact that many persons who are below the level of expenditure are finding it tough because those who are above are not willing to stay where they at least mark time for some time for others to come up. This is a distortion that we must look in and deal with even before we confront leadership. Because look, political leadership will always fear labor.
Right.
The labor makes some noise, and then you are forced, you kowtow to them, you give them what.
Right.
Having given them what they want, it does not solve the problem, because those down will continue to down. Because when they increase you, they increase the rest up. The cost of the living will also go up, because those higher are demanding. Government will have to look for extra revenue through taxation to be able to meet that need, and then it shoots prices up. The cost of transport goes up, and it ends up affecting even the increment. So we need to sit down.
Right.
It's a chicken and egg kind of situation that needs real analysis to be able to help us out.
Thank you very much, Kofi. Kofi Adams is aide to former President Jerry John Rawlings.